Coming up this week on Zed Games, Swim released a little while ago, about a year ago actually, on iOS, but now it's on Android. So I played it on iOS. I'm going to be chatting about this Melbourne-developed game in the show. I'm also going to be chatting about Neet, an artist who does some video game-related stuff. That's coming up later on.
And I'm here to discuss another spoopy arcade story. This one featuring the arcade game of Berserk. That's coming up soon.
And then we'll be discussing the impacts of interactive communication and media on the gaming community. All that coming up and more here on Zed Games.
Hi, and welcome to Zed Games.
Recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios in Brisbane.
And broadcast nationally across the Community Radio Network.
Zed Games brings you the best in gaming news, reviews, community, and culture.
From across Australia to around the world. Coming at you live from 4ZZZ Studios in Brisbane. You might be hanging out with us on 102.1 FM on Zed Digital, on iTunes or Spotify, or around the country on the Community Radio Network. This is Zed Games, and hey, if you're not listening to us online, go and do that. Duh. And give us a review, please, because we need more reviews, and I got access to the iTunes stats, and they're not looking great, so go and do that.
Please listen to us on iTunes.
My name's Jack. I'm in studio with Caitlin, Kate, and Millie. Hello.
Hello.
How you all going?
It's hot.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's so offensively humid.
It's 34 degrees in Brisbane.
Me at Brisbane. Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah, thanks. We're all melted. Gentle melted.
Like,
puddles.
you come into the studio, which is air-conned, and you have this, like, you kind of, like, glazed
There's
over
a
a little bit.
sheen.
Yeah,
Yes.
on the way in.
Oh my god.
At the same moment, just connected.
Yeah, there's a sheen across
Beautiful.
your
The Brisbane
face.
sheen.
You're like, oh.
What an experience. We've got quite a lot of stuff coming up this episode. I'm going to be chatting about Swim, which is a cute little indie game from a Melbourne dev. Also talking about an artist called Neet. Millie, you're going to be bringing us some more spoops.
Hi, I'm back.
What is the name of the spoops this time?
It's about an arcade cabinet called Berserk.
Berserk.
And it features, it's sort of like, Atari era.
Okay.
So, it's a bit like beep, 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 that sort of thing.
Right.
But there's a slightly terrifying smiley face that I want to talk about.
I already hate
Ooh,
it. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
smiley.
And Kate, you're going to be chatting about how gamers influence developers.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's an interesting dynamic between the community of consumers and the community of creators, and the line is being more and more blurred with each game that gets released. And I really want to discuss what people think about that.
All of that
Yes.
coming up very,
All
very
that
soon.
fun.
Love a bit of discourse.
So good. But first, got some news for you.
Across Australian radio and across the world online, from 4ZZZ Studios in Brisbane, this is your weekly Zed Games news update. Backlight Retribution is shutting down next month. The free-to-play shooter launched its PC closed beta in November 2011, and after more than 7 years, the servers will be closed on March 11, 2019. Developers Hardsuit Labs are allocating studio resources to other projects and have already shut down account migration and the official support site for the game. This only affects the PC version. Since PS4 versions of Backlight Retribution don't use dedicated servers, it will continue to operate as is. In a recent investor meeting, Nintendo has spoken to the amount of women working in their development teams. Director Shinya Takahashi said there are many female developers in the software development departments, with Shigeru Miyamoto adding, "The director of the Animal Crossing series is a woman, and there are many female designers working actively." This comes following a report from market analysts at EDA showing an increase in female Switch owners from 30% in mid-2017 to 50% in late 2018. Publisher Activision Blizzard have laid off 8% of its total workforce, leaving 800 people now looking for work. These layoffs appear to have only affected non-game development departments, including those working in publishing and esports. In a letter obtained by Kotaku, Blizzard President J. Allen Brack promised a comprehensive severance package, continued health benefits, and career coaching, saying that there's no way to make this transition easy for impacted employees, but we are doing what we can to support our colleagues. While Activision Blizzard broke record financial results in 2018, the company believes that in order to reach their full potential, important leadership changes had to be made. The Trade Media Group have revealed its 30 Under 30 series for 2018. These awards honour incredible work from individuals across publishing, distribution or media under the MCV Pacific brand, and development or education under Develop Pacific. A few mentions from the Brisbane game development community include Mitchell Manganaro, Ren Breyer and Anna Zhao. That's all for now. For more gaming news updates, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as @ZEDGamesAU.
Big congrats to everyone that was involved with the MCV Pacific and Develop Pacific Awards, particularly to those people in Brisbane. Absolute heckin' sweethearts. I've spoken to all of them. We spoke with Ren a little while ago about the Powerhouse.
Yes.
Man, she's so lovely.
She is
Hi,
lovely.
Ren.
Except for that time where I brought in the beginning of the interview and I'm like, so you've done this. Why? And she's like, what?
Why not?
And I'm like, sorry, Ren, I didn't.
Oops.
So, because we do a podcast, we don't. I'm talking about my thing now.
Okay, good.
Yes, you were like, what? Who's talking about?
Who's
what?
answering?
I'm-
What do we
no,
do?
no. So, because we do a podcast, we don't have a lot of music in that podcast for copyright reasons.
Yes.
Yes.
We usually don't talk a lot about music in the podcast.
No.
All of it gets left on the cutting room floor.
Wow, wow, wow.
Not this week. Neet is an artist. They've been making a lot of I'm trying to think of a good analogy. Basically, it's kind of like indie video game music. So
Okay.
they'll end up taking a lot of game tracks from well-known series, and then they'll remix the heck out of them.
Ooh.
So we had one a little while ago. It was called Kronos, and I'm trying to bring it up now if I can dig up that heckin' song. We'll see how we go. But that one was from Chrono Cross, and basically it was a very, very nice. Here we go. Here's what it is. Let's hit play on that matey potato, and I'll just kind of bring that up. So it's they'll bring in an old track, because obviously this was composed by someone ages and ages ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then they end up remixing it later on in the track, and it just turns into just an experience and a half.
Oh.
It kind of starts off. This is part of the original track, but then basically the equivalent of the beat dropping happens in a sec, and it's I can't beatbox. I've never beatboxed live on air. Here we go.
Dude, killer.
Oh, yep.
So it's some good vibes.
Oh, yeah.
A good vibe.
Good vibes on Zed Games. And they uploaded this video. They've just started doing YouTube again, and they basically took an anime ending.
No,
I hope you heard that.
You're already disappointed in me. They took an anime ending
Uh-huh.
and they sampled and remixed the heck out of it. Have a listen to a little snippet from. It's an 8-minute video. I haven't quite got the full thing here, but have a listen.
Today we're going to be sampling the ED of one of my favorite animes of 2018, Bunny Girl Senpai. It's so good, man. Every episode, when you see this go on, you're just like, yeah. I'm just gonna jam out a little bit and try and figure out a pattern, and then we'll go from there.
It's so lit.
Good
I
vibes.
really
So
do.
lit. Just keep wanting to bring back that moment.
It's so lit.
so lit.
It's just such a good sound. I honestly would have taken that actual remix, but it's not on SoundCloud yet. And I'm like, dude,
Matey, come
Dude.
on. Bring them bunny girls to sample
wa-
it.
you were so disappointed when you were like, this is some anime trash, Jack. Get it out of my house.
Basic.
I don't want it here.
Yeah, this is my house. Get
Senpai.
it.
But I mean, yeah, look,
Golden,
the
what
name of
is this?
the name of the anime, I think that's a fair point of concern. But
Yeah, bunny senpai.
the remix, obviously,
That was killer.
mwah,
Pretty
sick.
good. Yeah, that
He's got
was
some
really
talent.
good.
I love it.
But not only that, he also does a lot of stuff that's it's related, but it's not remixes. So he'll do this just a lot of sad boy piano stuff,
Yeah, that's
basically.
you.
Mm-hmm.
That's me in a
Yeah.
nutshell, you know.
Yeah, it is.
sad boy piano stuff.
Honestly, same.
Yeah.
Can relate out of
Thinking that
10.
too.
Like,
I mean, fair, honestly.
yeah, I think that's all of us.
Everyone has a sad boy piano time at some point in their lives.
I'm going to jump into this one. This is a sad boy piano time. It's not the name of the track. It's just my vibe on it. It's a Kingdom Hearts piano tribute
Oh,
after
boy.
Kingdom Hearts 3 last week as well.
Oh boy.
If you want to
This
check
is
out...
Jack in a nutshell.
Yeah, look.
Kingdom Hearts and sad boy
I'm
time.
having a really good time, okay? You talk about about weird ass like arcade machines, and I bring weeb crap.
Yeah, you know, we even each other
That's
out.
what the show is now.
We've crap and weird arcade games.
Here's the song.
That's
Here's the
Zed
song.
Here's the song. Put it on.
This is the song. Hello Neet is where you would want to find Neet online. Neet Music, N-E-E-T music.bandcamp.com. He also goes by Neetology and Hello Neet in quite a few places. Here's the Kingdom Hearts piano tribute. Have a listen. Beautiful.
G'day, mateys.
So nice and calming and...
But also it's got that good dynamic of like some highs and some lows and all the rest of
Yeah.
it.
It feels good.
Yeah. It just feels right, you know?
It feels right.
Good vibes. Okay, sorry. Also, I'm just going to very quickly, before we get to your spoops, Millie.
That's fine. Go nuts.
Ink or Swim is a mobile game. Kate, you're playing it at the moment.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I've got it plugged in. Nope, that's... So it's like this really cute arcade game. It's a mobile game. It's on... Oh, there's the... We're getting an unlock. And
so
beautiful. It's quite cute.
It's very cute. I played it before. And, it's actually very addictive.
So
I'm a squid.
basically...
I'm a squid.
Splatoon, the mobile game. So
Ooh.
I think, Millie, your description of it's basically Flappy Bird but up and down.
Yeah. And
Yes.
Instead
Like-
of slide.
It's a pretty simple concept, and there isn't a lot of like kind of depth to the game, to be honest. Like it is very like
is
jump
very
in,
much, yeah.
play the arcade game, mess around a little bit, waste some time. But that's all. That's most mobile games, you know. It is gorgeous. Like the pixel art, I think it reminds me a lot of Kirby, and with the music as well. Like it's that kind of upbeat kind of vibe.
It's really mint.
But then you don't fall asleep because Kirby's incredibly easy. This is not incredibly easy, but it's also not incredibly hard.
Why are we roasting Kirby? Kirby's
How
a
many
sweet
times
boy.
have we heard me die? Let's just not talk about that part. Like, ever.
It's alright. I died like
Fine.
10
But I mean, Kirby is very easy. Like,
yeah, but
it's great for, I think,
Kirby's a sweetheart.
young
and we will
players.
not
Yes.
dash him on the show.
Kirby's calling the police. That
Kirby's
tweet
calling
response
the
that we
Yes.
got. There's this beautiful picture. Oh my god. But
the police.
yeah, like it is basically you're tapping the left and the right side of the screen to make the squid jump in left or right directions, and you're dodging like pieces of coral and like electric jellyfish and
Vines.
crabs and yeah, all sorts of weird crap.
They've all
they're-
got really cute faces though.
yeah, they're all. It's so cute,
Quite
dude. And it all looks really, really good as well. I'm playing on an iPhone SE, so it's a much smaller screen than most normal people.
But you said it's
Sorry,
available on
Daddy.
Android
It
as
is.
well now.
Yeah. So it's been
Ah.
on iOS for the last year or so, and only in the last week or so, I believe, has it come to Android. So they're like, we got all this press for the Android version. I'm like, well, now I'm going to play on iOS. But yeah, like now everyone can jump in, right? Like
Awesome.
Android and iOS. It is a free game. There isn't any like paid like power-ups or anything like that.
Oh, good.
The only thing that you can pay for is like unlocking different maps, which is basically different skins for the environments. So even though you're just going through underwater, like you've got all these cute kind of backgrounds. I'm not sure if you guys kind of switched through some of them,
No.
but
No,
you
we're not that good.
So cute.
so cute.
Yes.
Dude, like,
You can unlock all of these different backgrounds,
I'm a little
different
blue squid
environments. If you pay for a single one, which is like $2, it gets rid of pop-up ads, which are the worst things,
only $2 though. That's so good.
right? Like, pay for like a nice one that you think looks cute.
God.
I bought the forest because I love forest. It's an underwater forest.
It's so cute.
It's a
and
sea forest.
It's a sea forest.
Oh, there's a rainbow star and I love it. Oh
Oh
god.
my god.
Oh
you
God, is that
sorry,
a-
leveled up.
Sorry, I peeked.
And now it's all downhill.
Okay. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. I say.
But yeah, like it's.
Oops,
I think
I'm dead.
it's cute. It's upbeat. It's not too difficult. It's not too easy. It's good to jump in for a little bit of fun. Just kind of nice to have, you know. And
It's a
little
time
games.
killer.
and it's also
Yeah.
supporting local devs. It's made by a dev in Melbourne as well. I believe it's a one-person team. Not too sure.
Wow.
But well, I mean,
Dude.
you can clearly see in the scope it's been reduced, but they've put in the effort to make it polished. It feels good to play. Like Flappy Bird does not have the polish
Oh, definitely.
No.
this has.
This has so much shine to it.
It's
You
so
can tell there's
cute.
a lot of love.
Like
I was going to say, like, there's a direct comparison because Flappy Bird was a one-man team as well.
Yes.
But with Flappy Bird, you only had the bird and the one map.
And the Mario tubes that was stolen from
Yeah.
pixelart.com.
And also, it was pretty inconsistent.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the design elements were, like, well, obviously the Mario
Broken.
pipes.
Yeah.
It just looked like crap. This
Yeah.
doesn't. This looks good.
Very cute.
It looks good, as you can hear. It sounds good, as you did hear. And it's free. And if you want to support the dev, $2 or deal with pop-up ads. That's your choice.
Dude, it's really
I
cute.
think
I'm
Millie
playing
might
it
be
now.
addicted.
Yeah, this is a problem. Why did you give me the mobile game?
Oh, God.
Good luck getting your phone back.
I've been playing Tapped Out since it came out. Like, I have a problem. Seriously.
See a doctor.
Don't give me mobile games. But I love it. Please download this game. It's
Yeah,
really
I'm
cute.
gonna.
Inkle Swim is available now on iOS and Android. You're hanging out on Zed Games with Jack, Kate, Caitlin, and Millie.
G'day.
Millie,
Hi.
you brought us some spoops this week.
I certainly did.
Read me a scary story.
Fresh hot spoops.
Just whisper into the mic again. I'll bring it up.
G'day, mateys.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
So tell us about whatever you're telling us about, because I've already forgotten the name of the arcade.
this is fine. So last time I was on with Spoopy Week, I brought you Polybius,
Yes.
which is a forbidden arcade cabinet.
Yes.
And I've brought you an actual arcade cabinet this time. Its name is Berserk.
So it is real.
It's real.
It's confirmed as a real thing
It's
that
a
exists.
real game. You
Okay.
can play it online. I did, and I was really bad at it. Sorry, 80s.
At least you're still alive.
I know, right? I didn't die.
Silver linings.
So Berserk was produced by Stern Electronics in 1989. A good year. A humanoid figure runs around a maze with deadly walls. So that's what I did 7 times. I ran into the wall. Don't do that. Destroying really stupid robots with a laser gun. And there's another character in the game. Evil Otto. He functions as the game timer.
All right.
And you better escape that maze before Evil Otto appears. Otherwise, it's game over. One touch. And you're gone.
Oh.
It's just rude.
I know. And he's a smiley face.
Ill.
And he bounces. It's terrifying.
No, thank you.
Anyway, so this game is sort of Atari era, if you can imagine like those like E.T. game, that sort of thing. So very beep, 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 that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Other than the dream haunting Otto, the game has a slightly darker history than I'm letting on. It's known as one of the first arcade games to kill its players.
Like real. Like this is confirmed. Like this is a real. Like it actually killed someone.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
According to urban legend, Otto has claimed 3 lives
Oh my god.
at Friar Tuck's game room in Illinois. The kicker? 2 of these deaths actually happened. Oh, number 1. The rumoured death of Jeff Daly. He died of a heart attack once his score reached 16,660.
No. Really?
I'm not joking.
It is the devil's game.
Oh, that's scary.
So,
Says the girl with the ghost.
I know, right?
We'll get into that another episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there. The second death, Peter Bukowski, was apparently friends with Daly. Walked into the arcade, got a top score, put another quarter in another machine, then just dropped dead.
Oh my god.
Right in the arcade.
What did he die of?
Heart attack.
Rude.
It's like your gummy inside. Just writing down. No, don't mind me.
And of course, how could we forget number 3? An unnamed arcade player was stabbed to death in front of this particular arcade, Friar Tuck's, over another player's quarter put into the machine. Berserk. Oh.
Huh.
Do you think Otto had something to do with this? His terrifying presence causing psychological and actual medical drama? It's possible. But Daly's death has since been discredited. He died in a car accident, like miles away from the arcade.
Oh.
But the other 2 generally happened. One can't help but think that perhaps the legend of Evil Otto's supernatural abilities has a thread of truth in it.
And it's when you look up. So if you Google image search Evil Otto, you will see this like smiley face, and it's very much lo-fi.
Mm-hmm.
Very simple.
Mm-hmm.
And get it out of my face. I hate it. Thanks. No, shut it down. Get
Yep.
out of my life.
So I was playing like this emulated version, I guess, online. And obviously it's very simple. But if you don't leave the room fast enough, Otto just appears. He just bounces after you. He's completely immune to the walls, the robots, and he's coming.
OP.
He is coming for you.
Balance that crap.
The thing is, what I learnt about Berserk is that it cost a lot of money to produce back in the 80s because it had spoken word. Look at that terrifying face.
Whoa,
Kate's showing
what's
him
the
a-
ghost?
Oh,
What's
that's
I
no
don't know.
face.
Oh.
I'll go into that one
Okay,
later.
cool.
It's on creepypasta. It must be real.
Ooh, yeah. The thing was, it was an expensive game to produce because it had spoken word in it for the 80s.
Oh.
And all the spoken word is, kill the humanoid.
Whoa!
Don't let them escape. Kill the humanoid. So,
I want a refund.
I feel like that simple quarter could end your life. You better be careful around Otto. Who knows what that smile's hiding. Anyways, I'm done. Thank you very much. I hope you have nightmares.
Was that it?
That's it.
What about No Face?
Oh, No Face is a completely other game, dude.
Oh.
He's just next to Otto because it's terrifying.
Is No Face the name of the game?
I think so. I don't know. We'll get into that another week.
What does No Face
I-
creepypasta bring up?
I think that's his name. I'm not sure, but
Ugh,
yeah.
it's creepy. Oh, wait. Ubo something.
Oh, that's right. I think
Yeah, so Tracked versus Creepypasta Rap Battles 1. Evil Otto versus Uboa.
Wow.
That's what this image is called.
Creepypasta rap battles.
I mean, it sounds like a fun time.
different
Much
show.
more fun than
I'm a-
dying of a freaking arcade
I'd pay for
game.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
I'd pay for it. I'm
Very
100%
true.
sure that started off with like Slender Man versus like Killer
Oh my
Jeff.
God.
Do you guys remember 2008 creepypasta fandoms?
I wish I could forget.
Do you guess?
I don't.
Those people are now the people who like romanticize Ted Bundy. Guaranteed.
Oh, your money back.
All your money back.
So when are we talking about Sonic.exe?
I mean, next week if you'd like me to talk
Heck
about
yeah.
it. Because trust me, that game, like,
Like Sonic.exe, Ben,
dude,
like,
Ben deserves his whole episode.
yeah, exactly.
Like, that one legitimately like haunted my dreams for a bit. Like, it's fake, obviously, but
Sonic.exe is genuinely unsettling.
It's
like,
unsettling.
You watch, so Sonic.exe is like just a very quick kind of coverage of what that game is. It's basically a homebrew mod of Sonic the Hedgehog, and you boot it up, and it plays normally, but then at a certain point it cuts to like
a dead Sonic. Basically,
Spoilers?
it's no, there's not spoilers. It keeps going. It just keeps going.
It keeps getting worse and worse.
There's a Sonic EXE 2. Like, it's that bad. The thing is with like most of these new iteration of creepypastas, which I'm totally down to talk about in another show, is that yeah, it's not fun. Is that
The red eyes.
is that a lot of them tend to take over your computer in a way.
Yeah.
Like, I really want to talk about I'm Scared as well.
I feel like I've heard about this.
Ooh. Sorry for getting so close to the mic, but
It's a
oh
big
my
it's a big
God.
oof.
It's a big oof. I'm scared. But rely on me for your spoops. Because I will bring them and I will guaranteed haunt your dreams tonight.
You
God.
spoof so we don't have to.
Exactly.
Smiley face coming at me out of the dark.
Yeah.
Sonic EXE is okay, so that was definitely that. I'm gonna not talk about creepypasta anymore because I swear to God I will actually get really, really unhappy.
You'll see Evil Otto in your dreams tonight.
Well, I mean, look, real talk. I stay at Triple Z pretty late.
You'll
After
hear
the
it.
show,
There are no dreams.
I am gonna die in this building.
You just hear like the sound.
like,
Just don't touch the walls.
You'll hear
Be
this.
fine.
just
You'll hear the sound of a basketball just gently approaching,
boing
That's the step of
sound.
an actual nightmare.
and then you'll just see his smiley face just scoot past this
Oh my
window.
God.
we are talking about.
I'm sorry,
spoops
everyone.
And creepypasta. You're hanging out on Z Games with Jack, Kate, Caitlin, and Millie.
Welcome back, matey.
We're not talking about scary stuff anymore because I don't want to. So,
Yeah,
Kate,
something for more
Sorry, everyone.
Just having a stroke. Don't mind me.
we're professionals.
Yeah. Time for something more exciting.
Yes.
Because I was watching The Sim Supply play The Sims with Sim Guru Romeo, who is actually one of the development team of The Sims. So The Sim Supply is a Sydney-based sim YouTuber. His name's James. And he was basically pointing out all of the things in build mode that frustrate the heck out of him. And Sim Guru Romeo is quoted as saying, all the things that the players say, we're like, yeah, we really want to do that also. Basically admitting that they're listening And
Good.
there's been... Yeah, I know, right?
Oh my god, The Sims 4 is so frustrating at times.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing, as I mentioned in the kind of teaser to this, the line between consumer and creator is getting more and more blurred. So with The Sims, they have been, for the longest time, promoting and encouraging custom content. They have the downloadable content available pretty much from the game, provided you have internet. I mean, welcome to the new world.
Yeah, a bit of an assumption to make
Yeah.
in Australia.
Oh, yeah. Oof.
At
Yeah.
NBN.
Yeah. But they're
At
really
Prime
encouraging the idea that, you know, sometimes the people who play these games make better content than they do in the base game, and they've been incredibly encouraging of that kind of community and cultivating that kind of community. Also similar to that is World of Warcraft. I know this is two games that I've only ever spoken about on radio. Like, you're probably
You
thinking,
love Sims and WoW, dude.
I know.
It's fine.
Zero to hero,
okay.
honestly.
It's fine. You can enjoy those games. I like weird crap, so go for it.
Yeah, true.
That's why I'm here.
But with World of Warcraft, there's a massive Wowhead article about all the NPCs in WoW that are based on either staff or players or different incidents that happen in the real world. And so not only are consumers able to directly, I mean, I tweeted at SimGuru Romeo and the Sim Supply with a thread of different things that I would love to see either in the game or back in the game. And Millie, you chimed in on it as well. And that's the thing about this new media kind of community that
Possibility,
we live in.
yeah.
Yeah, like you can talk to anyone you want at any time.
Yeah.
And we have a direct line with the people making the
Yeah.
games that we buy. We also have the ability to make our own content in those games.
Yeah.
So it's really...
That's a big influence, you know, like you'll have content creators on like YouTube or Twitch.
Oh,
kind of like,
yeah, that's another one.
Because your example of like, oh, I'll tweet this at the developers is obviously very much like, I want you to make this change. But there have been changes made to games where people will be streaming or do a Let's Play or something and they'll just bring something up casually. And the developers will see that and be like, oh,
That's
we should
a good idea.
change that.
Yeah.
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 And I know
definitely.
that for a fact, like there are, like particularly within like fighting games, there are people at these studios that are involved with a lot of community management and a lot of like kind of balancing and supporting the community after release. They'll be watching like streams all heckin' day, just
that
being
sounds
like,
tough.
we need to. It's
Such a hard
it's so
job.
hard. But yeah, like that really affects how the games we play are made and how they're changed.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Absolutely. I mean, I think a good example, just completely out of nowhere, is, I don't know if you guys remember when Mass Effect Andromeda came out, and
Yeah.
it was just really bad. And
Yeah.
I think, yeah, they knew it wasn't great, but the backlash that they got from people just
was
being
insane.
like, what have you done? Why the eyeballs go there? Like, what is
Why
going
the crab
on?
walk down the
Yeah.
stairs?
They
Yeah.
had to work so hard and so fast to make a patch to fix all of the issues. And I mean, now it's great. Now it's fine
Yeah.
for the most part.
There are other
But-
shortcomings.
Yeah, but I
But-
think, you know, like, people are a lot quicker to react these days, and
And
they
I think-
have the
Actually.
accessibility.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be the downside to all of this, because it's incredibly exciting to think that I can tweet about my desire for driving cars in The Sims 4. Are you listening, Sim Gurus? Come on.
Please.
But you know, it's also important to realize that the fact, I mean, look at Roller Coaster Tycoon World that was released at the same time as Planet Coaster. Perfect marketing for Planet Coaster, but terrible for Roller Coaster Tycoon World, who literally crushed my childhood in a game because,
It was tragic.
oh my god, it was so sad. And you know what? I don't think we'll ever see. I mean, they released it on Nintendo Switch recently, and I didn't even know about it until it was released.
That's just a
And-
marketing problem.
I mean, true, but I feel like their success now is going to be non-existent.
Right.
Since I mean, even now, like I was watching a live stream a couple months ago and someone was playing Roller Coaster Tycoon World and just ripping it up. Because,
so bad.
and just imagine, I mean, like I said, this is the downside to it. Imagine, okay, I'm playing devil's advocate here, but imagine
Do it.
being a developer who puts their life work into making a game. Obviously, Roller Coaster Tycoon World is a pretty big game. This doesn't really apply to that. But then seeing someone just criticize it,
Yeah.
on the flip side, imagine being someone who buys a game that they're highly anticipating and then find out it's terrible and not have a platform to kind of reach back out.
Yeah, very,
So
very
again,
true.
I'm playing devil's advocate. I can see from both sides how it's positive and negative.
I guess you
but
could kind of argue that in part is how games just kind of got better across the board.
Oh,
Like
hugely.
we joke now about the rating scale for game reviews is from 6 to 9.5. 6 is a whatever
Yeah.
game, and 9.5 is the best game you've ever played.
yeah.
That wasn't always true.
No.
Like back in decades ago when the industry was first starting to find its feet, there were trash games released routinely.
Mate,
Yeah.
even back in the Wii days, the shovelware
Yeah, true.
literally put on that console, the poor console. Like, it tried to be revolutionary and then just
Yeah, I was going to say
shovelware.
the Wii is
It's
an
like,
interesting.
Do you want to shake the Wii remote to make the gingerbread man just jump? Good.
Here's a disc.
Here's a
It is
disc.
good.
Do it.
But now we've had more of that line of contact between devs and
Yeah,
just every
like the
part of the
audience.
industry. Yeah.
Yeah, the audience is
It's so
being
To
be able
more
to make
of
it
an
better.
impacting. Yeah.
I think as well, another benefit to it is that devs reach out more for feedback when
Yeah.
they're in the
Yes.
early
Hugely.
stages. If they do early release or if they do a better version, then
Where's my beta key?
yeah, exactly.
Oh.
It's like, but like if they do, then people are able to give them so much feedback that's extremely valuable for them.
Oh, yeah.
I think when you're part of a big team as well, like I know if you were doing an indie game and somebody came along and was like,
What are
oh,
you
your
doing? This
game's
is all wrong.
terrible,
Yeah.
then it would be really horrible. But if you're a part of a big company and you're sort of one of a few devs, then getting the feedback, this doesn't work or this mechanic is really
At least you have the
crappy.
resources to kind
Yeah.
of go back and fix it.
and maybe release a patch or something like
Yeah.
that and get it sorted. So yeah, like I can see from both sides as well, but I definitely think it sort of puts a little bit more onus back onto game devs and the big companies. Like I'm thinking of Rockstar
EA,
Games and
Maxis,
stuff who like
Rockstar.
absolutely
Definitely have the
Bethesda,
resources.
definitely have the
Ubisoft, those
resources
ones, yeah.
and work their staff to the bone and have very, this is the deadline, this is the day the game's coming out. So
Yeah.
if there's problems, like it's maybe not so much a reflection of the dev in that case, but of the companies like pushing them to get things out.
Yeah.
Hugely,
Yeah.
some of those things.
Yeah, so it's like it's interesting. You can sort of come at it from different angles, but I think being able to actually reach out, tell people what you like, what you don't like, and what you want is very valuable. And I think the game companies realize that as well.
Yeah, well, Bethesda realised that
Oh,
last year.
yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh,
too soon.
hugely.
Too soon.
It's not even too soon.
No.
Like
The game came
because-
out and it wasn't too soon, dude.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, the thing is that I'm a huge merch hound. As my
Here's your nylon bag.
yeah. So that's
Oh,
the thing.
God.
Like I didn't even know that was happening, but then this whole thing started on Twitter
Yeah.
about how they advertised a canvas bag, which canvas bags are very handy and nice to use, and then you get this
Durable.
durable, yeah, this crap knockoff
Nylon, yeah.
that probably smells like tents, like.
And melts in Brisbane
And
heat.
melts in Brisbane heat. And you paid so much for this awesome case, and they thought they could get away with it through an email of sorry. It's like no. So Twitter immediately got at them.
Everyone
and was
tried
like,
them.
no,
Yeah.
this is not right. So then they had to be like, oh, okay, we'll fix it. Sorry.
It's accountability, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's like having a public platform to hold the companies responsible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hugely.
And I think more and more, like, that accountability used to fall on the press, I suppose. Like,
Yeah.
you'd have, like, an
You'd
IGN.
need to have an expose.
or, yeah, like an
Yeah.
IGN or a GameSpot or a Kotaku more and more these days.
Yeah.
Like that story we broke about Blizzard Activision. A lot of that information was obtained by Kotaku. That's how we have a lot of that information.
Yeah.
Increasingly, we're seeing a lot of sponsored content.
Yes.
And this is bigger than just like games media, but that kind of distrust between like the audience and the media and the press and people who are meant to be there to hold people accountable, that doesn't always happen.
Because you don't really know who's
Yeah,
providing the information.
what the intentions
what it
are,
is.
what
Who's
the
filling their
biases are.
pockets.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I guess that's also why this is kind of like having the audience really take that and run with it has been as big as it has been.
Yeah.
I think as well, like that's why so many people look to places like Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah, true.
To watch playthroughs and watch
Definitely.
people just
Yeah.
give like completely honest, open feedback. Obviously, there's some streamers out there that get paid or get
Yeah.
early release and stuff like that, and they probably are contractually obliged to say good things about the games. But for the most part, like if somebody is being honest about something, and it is great
Yeah.
that you can just go home and watch Resident Evil 2 playthrough
Yeah,
and be like, do I like this? Yes.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. It's very accessible to the point that you don't even have to buy the game to form an opinion about it.
Yeah, it's really
and to join
good.
the conversation on social media.
Yeah, which kind of like feeds back into the idea of outrage and mob mentality. Like outrage culture and cancel culture is a massive problem we have now. And so it's kind of, I don't know, like I said.
Is it a problem? I think it's more of a response. Like I think that it has a place. It can be blown out of proportion, definitely, but there's a reason for it.
It's a social response, and I think it's good that we hold celebrities especially, and say game devs to bring it back to games, responsible for, wrong actions or derogatory actions.
Yeah.
But the outrage culture, that was an interesting way to pronounce that word, outrage culture that's happened, obviously stemming from Tumblr, unfortunately, has sort of made it difficult for people who did something, a slight, to actually get good again.
Well, to take on the feedback and not have a hit to their morale.
Yeah,
that's
but
the
people
biggest
also
thing.
go, were you cancelled? But someone goes, well, no, actually, I've repented for this. I've tried.
Yeah.
I've apologized properly.
Yeah.
I've fixed this issue. Again, it doesn't change the past, but that sort of thing.
I don't know.
But then they're like, no, you're still cancelled.
Yeah.
So therefore, you lose so much fan base because people are still going, well, they're cancelled. For example, not a game related, but Jeffree Star, for example, he's not a great person. I will not call him a good person, but people call him, oh, you racist.
Yeah.
And that happened 10 years ago. He apologized, said it was out of line. It was for a skit. He probably shouldn't have said it. But people are like, well, you're racist because of that one thing you said. And he's like, okay.
What more can I do?
Like, what more can I do to
I think there's that balance between the responsibility of the consumer saying what they want and how they want it, and a responsibility of the consumer as well when they receive that, then acknowledging, I complained about this one thing, and the developer or the celebrity or the influencer or whoever they complained to has now responded appropriately, and it is my responsibility to accept that and move on.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Thank you so much for bringing that topic to the table, Kate.
No, thank
that
you
was
for
nice in-depth conversation.
feeding in. Yeah.
If you want more of that good discourse, hit us up on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Not Tumblr, because outrage culture, shut it down.
Bye, Tumblr.
At ZED Games AU is where you want to find us online. That's all for this week. We've got more gaming goodness coming up for you next week. But that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for hanging out. Thank you for everything,
Thanks,
friendos.
everyone.
Go check us out on iTunes.
Please
iTunes and
follow
Spotify,
us.
yeah, boy. Give us those good reviews.
Yep.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.